Okay, welcome back. Uh, okay, so our last video on the vehicle was me showing you the car done. Since then, we've actually started assembling, and I was supposed to start the video earlier, but things are just a bit crazy at the shop at this point in time. So we're going to start the assembly progress, right? And you'll see that we've got the valence on, we've got the bonnet on already. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see if the windows are on, but they've been polished, they've been put on, the back has been put on. Remember, on this vehicle here, we're not putting on the roof. The roof is getting done by AutoZone Gazinia. So we're going to do a phone call to him now quickly and just confirm that the seats are gone into Wesley at StyleTech. So his information is picture in picture at the moment. His contact details are there. You guys need to deal with him. You'll see how he operates. His work is good. So he's got different options between vinyl, leathers, and so on like that. We are trying to get the smooth grain leathers, but you'll see how he gets the seats done. Wesley is super awesome when it comes to this. And it's not to say that you must send him these seats, right? Or send him seats in this condition. But he is one of the few guys that where you send him a seat, and if anybody knows about sports seats, you know that they're always bent, the frame's always broken, they're always abused. And Wesley goes through. One thing I do appreciate about the man is that it takes his time before they start upholstering to get the frame sorted out. Right, so you'll actually get the seat back in good condition. I know he battles with it, but he doesn't let the seat go half falling or the seat loose. He goes through his utmost best to get the seats done. So we're going to do a call to Wesley as well. He's picked up the seats already, right? And we've given him seats that's in horrid condition. The frames were okay, but the upholstery on the seats were bad. The padding on the seats were bad. So we just going to give him a call quickly now. And we're going to determine the color that we're going through with the seats, the style that we're going through with the seats, and then he'll get it done. Let's just go through the vehicle quickly just to show you what all we've done on it so far. But we've got the rest of the team working on it. Elton's been going through wiring. He's still going through wiring on the car now. We've had, I won't say, Elton, was it a lot of wiring to do? It wasn't extensive on this car. It's basically a lot of patching up to do. But patching up, you guys, I've done a video on wiring before where you know that we can't just do the front. We've got to do from the front to the back, get it sorted out. Elton, you done in front? Yeah. Just the fog lights we still need to do, nah? Fog lights we need to do, the dashboard, you finished by the dashboard or you still need to come in?
We still have to decide if we're changing this dashboard.
Oh, okay, that's another thing. So we've also seen that the dash has got a couple of cracks on it, but our customer has met up in an accident, so I don't really want to trouble him now to see if we're going to do dashboards. Look, if it's something that we have to do, we can always take the dashboard out later and have it done. It's not a problem. So I think, Elton, do me a favor. Just go through the wiring quickly on the dashboard, right? Until we get confirmation. Don't wait for confirmation.
That is done.
Okay. Oh, so the wiring is done under the dash. Okay, so, and I know the back is done. So the carpets are in, the padding is in. I've asked if he's so to remove, he put the back door cards in, but I've asked him to remove it because the back door cards was gray. So the interior on this car was gray, if I'm not mistaken. We are going to re-dye the door cards, obviously to match the seats. And we've got now the cream carpet in here. So the cream carpet is something, the cream carpet is hard to get. It's not something easy to come by. The gray, the dark blue, the black is also very hard to get. But the gray and the dark blue, that's your easier colors and your more common colors. The cream is something hard. So we managed to find original cream carpet. We've had it cleaned off extensively. And then we'll do another cleanup with Sonex. Matsepo has been through the vehicle. I think we've done the first cut and polish on the vehicle. So the corners are all done already. And then after we're done, the vehicle will go back to her. She'll then undertake the rest of the polishing. And then we're going to get to the engine bay areas where they'll start degreasing and start detailing the vehicle properly. So for now, let me take the camera off quickly and let us go through. Let's go through the car. And let me just show you what's done so far. As for wheels, this is actually an IS wheel, right? So what they've done was they've closed the 5 holes up and they've re-drilled 4 other holes on the car. It's full suspension on here. So we don't want to leave the Style 5 on here because I think firstly we're wasting it. Secondly, I don't think the look is exactly what we're going for, right? However, the look that we want to go for, and I've mentioned this before, will be with, I think, the Alpina wheel will complement what we're going to go for on this car. So as for lip, I would prefer to get the proper thick Alpina lip onto the car, but I do know that we're going to battle with, or the customer's going to battle to drive it because it is going to be a little bit lower. So lip, we're going to determine what lip we're running. Number two, I think we're about 90% sure that we're going to go with the Alpina, but we're going to go with a 17-inch replica wheel. We're not going to use the 16-inch original. Then, so we know the lip we're going with, or we're going to determine the lip. We're changing headlights, and you'll see we got we're using depots on the car for now because the original headlights were cracked. So they are tired. It's not something that can be repaired and restored. Otherwise, I would have asked Matsepo to start getting these guys out here. But you guys can have a look. We've got a hole in the headlight. There's cracks all over the show. So it's not just about polishing it up and getting it back to normal. So what we've decided is we're going to change the headlights. We're going to change the fog lights. We're going to change indicators, bumpers, and fenders. Beadings, I'm going to send to Matsepo. She's going to get the black restoration done on the beadings. We're going to send these guys, these wiper covers, to them as well. And whatever else is black that we can restore, right? And some of the stuff she's going to do afterwards when she does the detail on the car. So a new front section. The original bumper was repaired. It wasn't. There was one slight crack on it. We repaired that. The bearings are going to get restored. We have to get a set of mud flaps for the vehicle. What else are going to go on to now? So it's wheels. We're saying we're going to go with a 17-inch Alpina wheel on it. There's something else I wanted to mention to you, but now I forgot. Okay, the exhaust has got to get done as well. So the exhaust is a bit shitty on this car. Suspension, we've gone through the suspension already. So that car, it was on the lift already, and I should have done a video, but I haven't. So we've done new steering rack on it. So we're using the E36 upgrade rack on it. We've done the pipes on it. The power steering pump was leaking galore on this car. So there was a whole lot of ATF fluid underneath the vehicle. We've taken that off. We stripped it out. We've got the seal kit for it. We built the pump up again. Engine wise, we're going to tackle what's wrong with the motor afterwards once I can start testing the car out properly. The carpet is done. There's still something else I wanted to tell you, and now I can't remember. Okay, let's go through the car. So, for the life of me, I can't remember what I was going to tell you guys. You guys are laughing at me. Okay, so let me just recap quickly. That's the headlights. We got new grills on it. We got new indicators. Don't laugh at me, Alton. We got new fender indicators, new fog lights. Oil cooler grill is going to come on. The suspension has been done already. You know, when I remember, I'll bring it up late in the video. Okay, so if we spend them carrying on with the vehicle, I'll update you guys as we're going through. Okay, so I'm still trying to think of what I was going to say. Okay, let me just try and adjust the lighting here, right? Okay, let me take it from here. So this is the carpet that I've got for the car. So we've got the carpet in, we're pairing the car up properly. The roof is going to get done with autozongas in here. So the car will leave you with no roof, and then we'll get that done afterwards. The wheels, 17-inch Alpinas on there, a set of mud flaps on here. The interior is through Wesley, and I still can't remember what we're supposed to. My goodness. Okay, so we've got to do a lot of cleaning up on the engine bay, right? We've got to do a hell of a lot of cleaning up on the engine bay. There's some overspray here, and we should have masked off better. But we remember on this car here, we left motor in the car when we sprayed. So we've got to get that done. We've got to get the bonnet shield done as well. So we've still got to do the door quickly. We've still got to buff the door out. We picked up a bit of an issue on it. So the car's dirty. We just got put together now. We still need to get the oil cooler grill on it, get the lip on it. We've got the Holstein drop, which I think the drop is nice, whereas it's not a low drop. It's not high. Remember, you don't want to come to speed bumps and worry about speed bumps all the time, you understand? But you also don't want to drive a 4x4.
Exactly.
So it's not going to settle in. This is now,
some of the stuff
this is a 30mm drop. Now it's a Holstein 30.
Okay.
So I think the drop sets well. You can see the mud flaps on the car, and the mud flaps don't look too low. They're not going to scratch everywhere. So let's see, let's get it in now. What we're gonna do is we are getting the car in now. We actually started the car, we pulled the car out, we bled the car, the brakes are bled, and we're actually going to pull her in now to the detail center, so she'll get the undercarriage wash, and that'll be interesting to see, and the engine bay wash while we're waiting for seats to come through. Okay guys, so back to the, so on the Calypso car, quickly, I've got Wesley here from StyleTech. Wesley does all our seats, right? So I spoken to you guys about him in the video earlier to say that what's the difference with Wesley and the other guys. Number one is the quality, number two is the stitching, number three the padding, number four, he also goes through the painstaking process of repairing the frame. So if the frames are bent, look, you also can't give him aborted frames, you know what I'm saying? Don't give him an abortion set. Give him, if the frames are damaged, he will go through the painstaking process of actually straightening it out, welding them, repairing them, and getting them functional again. So anyway, we're here with the Calypso now, and we're going through a couple of these samples, right? And we're looking at a cream sample. So the grain that we're going to look at is a little bit rough, which is fine. George, I know you're going to be watching this video. I'm going to make a decision for you here, right? So there's 3 samples that we got here. Let me switch over quickly. So the 3 colors that we got, you can actually see the colors nicely like this here now. So the car is still dirty. We haven't washed out or anything. We've just pushed her out now so she can go for its undercarriage wash. This here looks more camel. This is a little bit lighter than that, and it's got more tan in it. I'm thinking on this color, but whereas if you have a look on the camera, yeah, how it looks like.
Yeah, the original one we chose.
You think so?
That's the one we first looked at.
I think for some reason, right, I think this color here is gonna stand out more.
It will break up the.
I think it's gonna stand out more.
You can.
So guys, with obviously going through the painting process, going through the strip down process, we know that on the vehicle we stripped the roof down, we stripped the windows were all out, the roof was out, the windows were out, the front windscreen was out. We stripped out quite a bit besides for engine and gearbox. And the reason I didn't want to do that is because the car was original, so we were able to mask out quite deep into the chassis legs, get the car painted all the way down there. The wheels were off, obviously, the roof was off, the boot area was completely out, the seats, you guys saw, the seats were out, the carpets were out, and we painted, we got to the floors properly, we got to the inner doors properly. So the window mechanisms, the door handles, all of that was out in order for us to do the color change. It's not a blow over, it was a color change. So in order to get that done properly, we stripped out quite a lot. I didn't show you guys much of the whole progress because that was done. It's not a rest stop for me to show you a lot of the things done on there. I didn't redo bolts and nuts and so on like that. We've done a freshen up on it. The engine bay we've still got to complete. We've still got to, the car is driving, so I just got to neaten up more. There's a couple of things that I'm waiting for, and like I said, my customer's also been through some drama, so I don't really want to push on progress, but the car is basically done. It's the 5% or even the 2% left on it that we got to complete, but I've been eager to show you guys how the vehicle came out. So having said that, we stripped out all the way down there. When it came to suspension, we chose to go with the Bilstein kit. I call it the Bilstein kit. It's Bilstein and Eibach actually. So it comes with a 50mm, it comes with a 30mm drop. So we went for that up, like I said earlier in the video. We're not going for a stance car, we're not going for a slammed car. We don't want the car slammed and aired out, and I don't do air, it's not me. But we want a nice clean sleek look. So we want a E30 that looks proper, looks classy, it looks sleek, and it still gets attention. Then we said we said on the interior we're gonna go through with a cream look on the door cards. I still need to play around with colors, but we got it close. The seats are gonna get faded in as well, so we might wait a little bit until we play with the colors. They'll get faded in more than the door cards. And then the one thing that I'm trying to get right is the backboard. So I haven't touched the backboard yet, and I want to play with that. Then there's a couple of items that I'm missing for. We had the mud flaps on. We've taken them off for some reason. I don't know if it was doing a polishing process, so that has to come back on the car. I've put a new bumper bearing on the left hand side. Not enough talking about that. Let's look at the car. So this is how this baby came out. So we still need to get the boot spoiler on. I still need to get the mud flaps on, and I'm waiting for the Alpina lip. So with this ride, I think the Alpina lip will suit it. It won't be too low. It'll be just good. Look, the car was cleaned last week, right? So if you see any dust marks or anything on it, this is not produced for, yeah, you'll see imprint marks on your fingerprints. It's not for, I'm just eager to show you guys how it came out. I've got to do a final alignment on the bonnet. And just I've got to do my QC on the car, right? I've got to go through it. I've just put the lip on just to show for the video. The lip is not sitting properly. I don't want to use this lip. I want the Alpina lip on it, but I put it on because it looks tacky without it. So I've had to change this front bearing. Change that. The passenger bearing or the driver's side bearing is not too bad, but now it's starting to look shitty because of the left hand side bearing. So this is the stuff that I've been waiting for, is that it's not broken, it's not gone, it's just, we're trying to perfect the vehicle. The mud flaps is a must. We need to get that on the car. But this is an all-round view. The aerial, we're still waiting for the aerial to come through, so I've left that off for now. That mark you're seeing here, this is off the cloth in here, so I've just got to pull that out, but I don't want to pull it out now. I want to pull it off, take the bearing back off. So you see here, like the bearing, the clips are broken on the inside, so I would like to replace that, but again, it's all costs, it all adds up, so we might opt to do that later. Get the 325 badge back on, get the boot spoiler back on, and then the interior. So the interior, we're also waiting for a couple of bits, but before I get to the couple of bits, this is how she came out. So I always spoke to you about the cream on a Calypso. What do you think about this here? I think this looks sick. I don't think it, a lot of Sebastian, you're going to argue with me and say that we should have gone with a 10. Don't look at the back seat. Wesley's got to do some work on it and pull that tighter for us. He's been nagging me for it for the past week, and I just didn't get a chance to pull it out. Sebastian, you're going to tell me that we need to go like with a tan color on the back, but I think the light looks different. So the door cards are a bit darker. Remember where that dyed? We managed to find that color dye. I'm trying to find a color to match these seats. And now you can see how the cream carpet looks. So it's not aftermarket carpet, it's an E30 original carpet. So the items that I'm waiting for is obviously the sticker to come on the panel at the bottom of the seat. I'm waiting for these handles to come. I've had to make a plan, obviously has had to make a plan for me on these backs. I'm waiting for backs to come. I'm trying to find proper backs, and I really don't want to use the fiberglass ones. If we're forced to, we will use it, but at this point we're trying to hunt down the original ones. Then the louver board or the backboard. This is my fault. I forgot about this here. So I'm trying to get the correct color, and we're going to have it dyed as well. And then the car will go through to AutoZone Gazina for its black roof. So as for roof color, we're not going with any roof color. We're going with a black roof. I think it'll look sick. It looks classy. It looks intact. So we'll do our final video once everything is done. But this is how far the car is. It is standing in the showroom for now until we wait for the rest of our items, like the windscreen lock or the windscreen beading with the lock, the 325i badge, etc., etc. I think actually the 325i badge we've got in place. So I'm just giving you guys a walkthrough of how the car came out. So you guys know in the showroom the lighting is superb at night, but I've had to come through today during the day and get the video done. Anyway guys, I'm gonna say that's almost it for the Calypso build. Let me know what you guys think. We did do a video yesterday, but I've had an audio issue, so I had to come in and redo the video by myself. My cameraman is not here today. Let me know what you guys think, how the car came out, the color scheme behind it. Remember, we also spoke about a wheel, and my initial suggestion to the customer was, let's go with it up in a wrap wheel. However, I think having seen the car at that stance after the suspension came on, I actually phoned him and I said, hold on, leave the Style 5 on. And I think it's just going to look, like I told you, we're not going for this fancy dropped lowered car. We're looking just for a nice, sleek, simple look. So just a classy look. Let me know what you guys think, and please carry on doing what you do. Like, subscribe, and share. Comment, drop a comment, please. Let me know what you guys think. I've been enjoying that. And yeah, let's see how the rest comes up. Cheers guys.